Hey, how's it going, fight fans? Welcome to mindforcombat. If you're new here, my name's Rohan, and this is my channel where I do MMA and boxing related content. And if you're new here, I need you to help me grow my platform. All I need from you is to hit the subscribe button, like the video, share out the content with your friends, family, anyone that you may know that's a fight fan, and maybe get involved in the conversation in the comment section below. Anyways, for this video, I'm going to be giving my picks for the main card for the upcoming UFC 240 card. And just so we're clear here, I'll be giving the entire main card except for the main event. The main event between Max Holloway and Frank Edgar. If this is the first time you checked out my channel, I've done an in-depth breakdown on that one specific fight, and I'll link it below and you can check it out. And while you're there, check out some of my other content and get involved in some of the other series I have going on my channel, like my as requested series where I do a video based on your recommendations that you make in the comment section below. So check it out if you're interested in the Frank Edgar vs Max Holloway main event breakdown. Check out that breakdown, and this is going to be for every main card fight with the exception of the main event. So with that said, each fight I won't be giving a detailed breakdown on. I'm just going to quickly go through a few glancing points. I'll be giving my picks on that, and I'm interested to know your picks for the main card as well. Anyways, so I've got a list of all the fights here. To start off the night, we've got Krzysztof Jotko versus Marc-Andre Barriault. Now, I'm sure I slaughtered that name, but still I've seen him fight, and I'm pretty confident coming into this fight. So Krzysztof Jotko is currently on a one-fight win streak. The 29-year-old, who has a professional record of 20 wins and 4 losses, just rebounded from a 3-fight losing streak that was on the back of a 4-fight winning streak in the UFC, which kind of sucks for him. He stands at 6'1" and has a 77-inch reach, and he fights Marc-Andre Barriault, and I'm going to call him Marc-Andre from now on, who's also 29 years old, has a record of 11 wins and 2 losses, stands at 6 foot, so he's 1 inch shorter, and has a 4-inch reach disadvantage with a 77-inch reach. He just recently lost to Andrew Sanchez. Now, when we're looking at Krzysztof Jotko, we're not looking at the best of the best in the world, but we're looking at a guy who's been around in the UFC for a fairly long time now. I believe he's got a record of 6-4 or 7-4 in the UFC, so he's been around in the UFC for a while, been doing some good stuff in the UFC. And we're looking at a guy who's got some pretty good wins on his record. He's beating guys like Talis Slater, so he's a very talented fighter and all round. I don't believe Marc-Andre is a bad fighter. He fought Andrew Sanchez, he lost to Andrew Sanchez, and losing to Andrew Sanchez is no shame. There's no shame in that. He can hold his head high, and I believe that was his UFC debut as well. But based on what I've seen and the longevity that Krzysztof Jotko's had in the UFC, he's been there with such good caliber fighters. He's fought the more higher caliber of fighter. He's more experienced. I believe he's a better, well-rounded fighter, and with all of that said, I'm going to have to lean on the more proven commodity in Krzysztof Jotko, so I'm going to go with Krzysztof Jotko to beat Marc-Andre Barriault. Moving on, we've got a very good fight in the lightweight division. We've got Aubin-Mercier versus Aman Tasarukian. See, I'm real bad with name pronunciation, but Aman, okay. Let's go through the tape for that one quickly. So Olivier Aubin-Mercier is 30 years old. Aman is 22 years old. Olivier Aubin-Mercier has a record of 11 wins and 4 losses, and Aman has a record of 13 wins and 2 losses. Aman stands at 5'8", which is 1 inch shorter than Olivier Aubin-Mercier, who's 5'9". Aubin-Mercier has a 70.5-inch reach, which is a 2-inch reach disadvantage to Aman, who has a 72.5-inch reach. Now, coming into this fight, one of the things that I want to know is that Aman, he fought Islam Makhachev on short notice. Islam Makhachev is a guy that I would rank very high in the world right now. I believe he's better than his ranking suggests. I believe he's a top 10 fighter in the lightweight division. He obviously trains with Khabib Nurmagomedov. He's on a 5-fight win streak in the UFC, and is a very, very talented fighter. Aman is only 22 years old, and I took the opportunity to watch some of his pre-UFC fights after the Makhachev fight, and I was very impressed with what I saw. He fought Junior Sunsao, who's a very respected journeyman fighter, and even his fight with Islam Makhachev on short notice was pretty damn close, and he's only 22 years old. Olivier Aubin-Mercier has actually lost his last 2 fights, and that kind of sucks because he was on a nice 4-fight win streak before that, and he has racked up wins over the likes of Evan Dunham, Anthony Rocco Martin, who's done well at welterweight, and Drew Dober, who's, you know, he is a quality level fighter. So I would say, with everything said and everything that I've seen, I believe that Olivier Aubin-Mercier is a very talented fighter with a good all-round game. But Aman showed me he's got good grappling, and from what I've seen in a lot of his fights, he's got great stand-up. Now, he trains with Peter Yan a lot as well, and Peter Yan and him are very good training partners, is what I've come to learn. And he's got a very good stand-up game, a very highly rated and respected, diverse stand-up game. with everything that I've seen from Oman and everything that I've seen from Olivier Aubin-Mercier, bear in mind Olivier Aubin-Mercier is the more proven commodity, yes, I'm going to lean on Oman to get the win here. I think his impression against Islam Makhachev was pretty damn impressive. His showing against Islam Makhachev was pretty damn impressive, and I believe he's going to get the win here. And the young man's only going to keep improving at this stage of his career, and I feel like he's going to go on to do some great stuff in MMA. And he's really one to watch, guys, so keep an eye on him. Yeah, I'm really impressed by him. Moving on, we got a guy that I'm super impressed by, which is Jeff Neal, and he takes on a guy that I love to watch fight, is Nico Price. Now, this is pretty high up on the main card for pay-per-view for my liking, but I am glad that they're both getting some recognition and getting some spotlight on a card that's main evented by Frank Edgar and Max Holloway. So hopefully it should draw some good attention to them. They're both really good fighters, really exciting, and you can never really be sure of what's going to happen. With Jeff Neal, you got a young 28-year-old man who's got an 11-2 record and stands at 5'11" with a 75-inch reach. He takes on Nico Price, who's 29 years old, father of 5. Yeah, he's 29 years old with a record of 13 wins, 2 losses and 1 draw, so not a big disparity in age or experience there. Nico Price is a little bit taller, an inch taller anyway, standing at 6 foot, and there's an inch in reach advantage as well with a 76-inch reach. Now, Nico Price has actually got some very good quality wins on his record. He's beaten the likes of Tim Means in the most recent fight, beat Randy Brown, and he's beaten Alan Jouban, which is some very good wins. Jeff Neal's best wins probably going to be over Bilal Muhammad. Alan Jouban and Bilal Muhammad being the best 2 wins between them, and Alan Jouban's beaten Bilal Muhammad. So what does that show? Probably very little, but that's some real detailed MMA math there for you. Jeff Neal was 3-0 in the UFC on a 5-fight win streak in total, and Nico Price, the experienced UFC vet at this point, who debuted with that impressive win against Brandon Thatch, is on a 1-fight win streak after rebounding from his tough fight with Vincent Luque. I believe that Jeff Neal, from what I've seen, I believe that this fight's going to be settled on the feet. Nico Price is a good fighter, a good striker, it hits real hard, but I think Jeff Neal is the more diverse, dynamic striker with a better technical skill set on the feet. I also believe that his explosiveness, hunger and ability to finish fights at any moment gives him a big edge. Now, Nico Price can finish fights at any moment. Look at the Randy Brown fight, that was crazy. But I think Jeff Neal's the much better fighter here, and I believe he's going to be able to get the win here. Going to make it 4-0 in the UFC, 12-2, 6 wins in a row, and I believe that Jeff Neal's going to deserve some attention after this. So pay some attention to Jeff Neal, and I'm going with Jeff Neal for the win here. Moving on, we got the co-main event between Cris Cyborg Santos. I always do that. Was it? Yeah, Cris Cyborg Justino. Yeah, that's what it is. Cris Cyborg Justino taking on the young, hungry, brash Felicia Spencer. Now, in MMA, one of the biggest problems I have is that fighters are not built up appropriately. And if you've seen my Ash Requested series, then especially the one this week, then I spoke a little bit about it. But anyways, coming into this fight, the 34-year-old Cris Cyborg is 6 years the senior of the 28-year-old Felicia Spencer. At 34, is Cyborg starting to decline? I don't think so. She had a tough fight against Amanda Nunes, but I think she's shown generally that she's evolving her game, and it's all good stuff. She's got a 2-inch height advantage, starting at 5'6", starting at 5'8", as opposed to Felicia Spencer's 5'6", so she's gonna have 2 inches there. Cris Cyborg comes to this fight with a experienced record of 20 wins and 2 losses, and we're talking championship fight after championship fight, main event after main event. She's a very, very experienced, well-rounded fighter versus Felicia Spencer, who's a rookie 7-0. Cyborg has a 68-inch reach, which is exactly the same as Felicia Spencer's 68-inch reach. And Cris Cyborg's style, she's obviously got that experienced Muay Thai style, and she's a smasher. She's good all round, but her Muay Thai is where she really shines, despite what Amanda Nunes done to her. And Felicia Spencer, she's actually got a black belt in Taekwondo and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, but I believe she's more of a grappler. Now, when you're looking at Felicia Spencer, we're looking at a girl who's had 7 fights, and her best win is Megan Anderson. Megan Anderson, she beat on the ground, and we saw in Megan Anderson's fight with Holly Holm, who has never historically been a great wrestler in women's MMA. She's someone that you can take down and hold on the ground, and she's not the most well-rounded fighter. That being said, we're talking about Cris Cyborg, who's got great wrestling, who's actually competed in grappling before, and I'm not even certain that Felicia Spencer holds an advantage on the ground over Cris Cyborg. Cris Cyborg has beaten Holly Holm, she's beaten Tony Evans, she's beaten Marlos Conan once but twice, and she's beaten Gina Carano way back when. So this is a horrible mismatch in my opinion, and it's obviously being done because the 145 division is barren, and anything can happen in MMA. Yeah, Cris Cyborg's chin might be completely shot. No, it's not, but it might be, and and Felicia Spencer might land a crazy punch. She won't, but she might, or she might just land a choke. She won't, but she might. So I don't think that this is a fair match, and it's hard for me to break this down with any enthusiasm in terms of picking Felicia Spencer. I don't believe this was the right fight to make for the UFC. Maybe it was because there's no one else to fight Cris Cyborg, but I mean, I just felt like the Amanda Nunes rematch was the next thing to do. But I'm going to go with Cris Cyborg to get a pretty emphatic win in this one and really stake her claim for a rematch at the title. And Amanda Nunes has said that's what she wants to do. She wants to defend her 145 belt. So hopefully the rematch is made soon, and then we can see that. And yeah, Cris Cyborg, this should be a walk in the park for Cris Cyborg, if I'm honest with you. I might be completely wrong here. It's not the first time I would have been wrong, but Cris Cyborg is going to win this fight in my opinion. But yeah, those are my picks, guys. Guys, comment below. Let me know what your picks are for this fight. Let me know who you think's going to win each fight, and let me know what you thought about my picks. If you're new to this channel, like the video, subscribe, all the rest of that jazz. And if you ain't seen it already, then check out my Max Holloway vs Frankie Edgar detailed breakdown. I love doing my in-depth breakdowns. That's my favorite part of doing this channel, and I really hope you will check it out. Thank you for watching, guys. Mindful Combat.